So we're joined now by Sara from Chia. Sara, there's lots to talk about with Chia.
Yeah.
I think we spoke maybe during the winter or during the spring, and you had just launched your line of, and I'll let you introduce it.
Coconut milkshakes.
Woo! What brought you to extending your brand into these coconut milkshakes, these high-pressure processed HPP coconut milkshakes?
Right. Well, a couple things. First of all, it's kind of a mission of mine to make sure people know Chia is at its most potent, powerful form when it's fully soaked. And that's what really gives it that amazing sustained release hydrating effect. It activates all its nutrients. So you can't grind Chia and get the same thing. And you really have to soak it a long time. This is quite a fussy product to make right, and to get it to be viscous but not too viscous. But the protein line was really about meal replacement. So the busier we get, the more important it is for us to have something quick, but that really gives you all the great macro and micronutrients that the human genome craves. And I think we've done that well. We've got 3 really great plant proteins. We have quinoa, sprouted brown rice, and pea protein, combined with chia, soaked chia, and coconut milk. It's like just teeming with antioxidants, good fats, fiber, great proteins. Plant foods and plant proteins are just going to continue to grow in importance. I'm not a vegan, per se. I have been for many, many years. But I just think it's important because we have a growing global population. We have sustainability issues, water issues, topsoil issues. And so I think the engineering of great plant foods is going to continue to grow in importance. And for me, Chia it meets all that. It's the top superfood I've ever researched. And I've been a holistic nutritionist for 30 years, and I've never seen anything like Chia. So it's packed with calcium and antioxidants and great fats, omega-3s and protein and B vitamins, and it's sustainable. It's drought tolerant. It's pest and disease resistance. It's amazing.
Did you find that your existing consumer base, they were looking for added functionalities? They wanted additional protein with their Chia. Or they wanted coffee. They wanted a little kick of caffeine with it. Because I think the 3 SKUs each have their own kind of functionality. What was the impetus behind or the feedback that you were getting that made you see that there was opportunity for combining Chia and coffee and cold brew coffee?
It was really selfish because I was making it for myself at home for years that way and giving it to friends. I would mix espresso with coconut milk and Chia, and my friends would drink it. They were like, why aren't you making this? And so when HPP processing came about, I thought, well, this is a perfect opportunity because now I can keep the Chia intact without heating it at all, even though in my fruit line, we really keep the heat at the point where it doesn't destroy the omegas.
Right. Yep.
So, it was just, I'm always doing something at home. I'm actually making new drinks already at home,
okay,
which I know I'll get coerced into bottling at some point.
Well, I remember the last time we spoke, I think you had teased something about a line of sports drinks, high electrolyte sports drinks. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I've been making sport drinks for my friends and myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And any plans to bring that to market?
Well, we'll see. We're almost finished with our first round of capital, our seed capital, and
right.
So I think a lot. I listen very carefully to my advisors and my investors, and so I try to build consensus before I run off and do something like spend tens of thousands of dollars.
Totally. Yeah, I think you were about a third of the way there when we spoke last. How do you plan on allocating those resources when you close this round?
Well, a good chunk of it obviously goes right into sales and marketing and branding. We searched high and low for our Mad Men. which is why we have such a great new logo. I mean,
that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, tell me about the rebrand, because it really is a totally
different.
total overhaul from the original Chia
Yeah.
Star branding.
So the original brand was more niche oriented, and as I wanted to bring the power of full soaked whole seed chia, more into every household, I realized that my brand had to change. It had to be more accessible. And so I spent years looking for my madman, and I found him in the form of Justin Bell in Lion Agency. And, that was where I felt the magic fairy dust come over me when I talked to him. I knew he got me and that he knew what had to be done. And so his brand is clean and modern. And what he did with us is going to make an impact in people's minds, like Starbucks and Nabisco and Pepsi. It's that kind of look, that memorable, clean, modern look with the colors of the chia plant built into it. And so he's done an amazing job. Next week he starts renovating our digital assets, our website, and bringing us up to date in that way as well. And it's just a real partnership with him. He's brilliant, not only as an artist, but in marketing. And so I think that focusing my dollars in that direction was important. I tend to be very scientific, nutrition-minded. My background is in biology and the sciences. So, I need, someone like him to, make what I do work,
Totally. Well, looks like that's all the time we have for now. But Sarah, thanks so much for coming and joining us in the live stream lounge.
Great to meet you, Neil.
The bottles look great. It's great to meet you as well.
Thank you.